Hey everybody, and welcome to day 461. You've either read about it or had it happen to you, because I commonly hear people saying, the medicine is not working for me. Now, for a lot of us, it worked really well. And that's really great because we got our expectations up. We had read a lot online. It's not easy to go through all the steps to decide this is the medicine for you, get your doctor appointment, get your prescription, figure out the funding. But then there comes a point where the medicine is in your hand. And there are a lot of success stories out there. I think probably most of us who are taking Mounjaro or Ozempic have had positive experiences. But I read it all the time. Semaglutide is not working for me. Tirzepatide is not working for me. So today I'm going to give you 7 important things to keep in mind to double check on if it's not working for you. Now, I am not going to mention give it time, because for those people who are on 5.0 who are saying Mounjaro is not working for me, Mounjaro goes from 2.5 up to 15.0. There's a 15.0 for a reason. So go ahead. There's higher doses. If it is not working for you and there is a higher dose, then you talk to your doctor and you keep titrating up till you find your sweet spot. But I want to focus on if you should ever get to the point where you have maxed out, where you have got to the highest dosage of your injectable, whether it be a GIP or a GLP-1, and this medicine is not working for me. So I've been thinking about this topic for quite a while, and every time I read something online, it just pushes me more to shoot this video. But I'm going to read one particular thing I read in the last week, and I was like, that's it. I'm writing it, I'm shooting it. So there is a lot of disappointment coming from these patients, and we totally get where that disappointment comes from. For a lot of us, we've been battling the obesity, the overweight, the food chatter for a long time. And to read about how it's working well for other people and bringing them peace, I get that. They're looking for that too. So my motivation and my hope is that one of these 7 things turn that disappointment into success for you. Let's go with number 1. I truly feel like this is the number 1 thing that could switch you from the disappointment mode into the success mode. And that is really taking a look at your calories, at your macros, at your protein. Now, I have 6 other things, so don't just quickly kind of roll your eyes and disregard this. A lot of us were obese because we had been doing similar things for a long, long time. I absolutely get where counting your calories or watching your macros could be something that could be annoying. I just don't want to do it. I don't think it's helpful. I have definitely read from people who have done it and been successful doing it, and other people who said, I just couldn't even bring myself to do it. If you've seen videos between John and I got to my goal weight pretty quickly and successfully, and I think it's because of my use of MyFitnessPal and really thinking about what I put in my mouth. John is doing an absolutely fantastic job. He has lost over 60 pounds and has not put it back on. So he lost 60 pounds about 7-8 months ago and has maintained that weight loss. But he recently said in a video, hey, I'm looking to lose the last 20, and I think I have to get serious about my calories. I don't want to read you this word for word, but I think that it really makes a strong point to some people who are saying this medicine does not work for me. And I think it could take the dark room you're in right now and switch the light on. So just give me a minute. Somebody recently wrote online, I say this as someone who was formerly 640 pounds. Calorie tracking. Just do it. It took me almost 40 years to finally start. It was a huge pain in the beginning, but now it's like clockwork. I spent a few minutes each day logging my calories. It has been eye-opening for me. If you aren't losing weight, it's because you're eating too much, period. I was in the store the other day and one scone had 550 calories. One large carrot cake cupcake from Costco was about 1,200 calories. No joking, it all adds up. All the coffee with the creamer and sugar, etc. Once I started tracking, it made sense. They go on to talk about how many calories they feel like they need and how Mounjaro has helped them, but it's not everything. They still have to make the important choices for themselves on what they're going to eat. They go on to say, I could easily eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories every day without a problem, but now I stick to my regimen. My blood work was a disaster. I am a type 2 diabetic. My A1C was off the charts. Now my A1C is 5.2. And they talk about how their weight has come down and gave a little shout out about they know that you can do it too. I know there are other health issues. So this video isn't about counting your calories. It's going to 100% work for everybody. Into the video. But it is one important point. And I really want you to take a look at what you're eating. Take a look at the macros, because I was just thinking about my friends at school and about the differences in how our lunches look. And there are some people, I don't remember them eating a lean meat. I do not remember seeing fresh fruit. I do not remember any vegetables. And so take a look at what you're putting in your mouth as far as your carbs, your fat, your protein. I read hundreds of things online putting this talk together, and I wanted to summarize it for you. And one of the things that I put a star by is how many people mention the importance of protein in their weight loss. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, another one, let's not roll our eyes at making sure that you're drinking enough water, because there are many people who really did need to hear this, and they upped their water intake and they saw that it made a difference with how they felt, with their food chatter, and with the scale. Okay, that's number one and number two. Number three, get moving. So we can't do all the things that we used to do and expect for these drugs just to 100% change our lives when we're not helping it out. And so for me, if I was to tell you how I finally lost the 70 pounds, and I got to my goal weight last May, so doing pretty good, maybe 9 months at maintenance. If I had to tell you the number one reason why, I would shout the praises of Eli Lilly and Mounjaro. It wasn't Amy that did it, but it was Amy that helped it. And so I really was paying close attention and completely changed what I was putting in my mouth and the amount of food I was putting in my mouth. Also, don't forget to drink enough. And number three, it's not just like get a gym membership, although some people choose to do that. Just move in a way that's comfortable for you. You know, you can read online, lots of doctors suggesting different types of exercises. Find the one that's right for you. For me, I'm a walking girl. I got a couple things. I got POTS a few years ago. I can't run anymore. So for me, it's cardio. I really enjoy walking. For you, it might be the stretch bands that you can use from the comfort of your own home, or maybe you're one to want to go out and lift weights in the gym. But you find what works well for you and get moving. Number four, when it comes to diabetics, there were a lot of people who chimed in online on some things that had worked for them. And one, talk to your doctor about potentially adding something to your semaglutide regimen or to your tirzepatide routine. A lot of people mentioned that adding metformin resulted in greater success. And I have read that many times over the last year. Some doctors even added Jardiance. So talk to them about what else is out there. Last, some people mentioned that it's not for everyone. Not everyone can lower their insulin, but they noticed that the amount of insulin definitely had an effect on the scale. I think this is why for a lot of our friends who are in our community, you know, those with type 2 diabetes are so grateful for semaglutide and tirzepatide because they've seen such an improvement in their health. But by and large, the scale moves slower for them. Several people said, talk to your doctor, and if it's possible for you, and for some people it is, to lower their insulin, that can help your weight loss. Number five, people who are on tirzepatide said try semaglutide. It's something different. It's a different drug. I read a lot of people who went from Wegovy or Ozempic to Mounjaro or zepbound and saw the scale move, had the food chatter decrease, saw a major decrease in appetite or their pull towards sugary food or food in general. You know, John recently went from the 5.0 to the 7.5, and I said, hey, how have the first few days gone? And he said, I am not nearly having that stressful pull towards the sweets and the sugar. So we know that for a lot of people, these drugs have definitely changed the message that your brain is getting, and you're getting much better, more healthy signals. So talk to your doctor about potentially trying a different drug. Number six, you know, I think when I see this, it makes me a little bit uneasy. So I have not done a deep dive into it, but I have definitely come across people talking about their doctors you're on semaglutide for a little bit, then you're on tirzepatide. And so you're on semaglutide, tirzepatide. Some people said they found that going from week to week, they weren't really seeing the results as when they stayed 1 month on one month on the other. I think that time and stats and data are going to be in our favor as we continue to go on, because right now, a lot of these drugs are new to us. Zepbound was just FDA approved just a few months ago for weight loss. And so we don't have all the data and results yet. A lot of doctors are still trying to learn, educate themselves, figure it out because their patients just got on it. But I think as time goes on, there might be more doctors willing to try this, because if you're talking to somebody who really needs to lose weight, they have already titrated up to the maximum dose. There's so much frustration and they want it to work for them and nothing else is working. Some doctors are trying this, and I wanted to throw that out as number 6. And last, number 7, please make sure that you're getting your blood work done. For some people talking online, they said, yes, I went and got my blood work done. I was having issues with cortisol or having issues with my hormones. For other people, they said, I haven't gotten my blood work done. Like, I'm going to put that on my to-do list. I'm going to go do that. And so they also mentioned, like, check out your adrenals. So these were things that were issues for some people. Adrenals, thyroid, cortisol, just to name a few. Talk to your doctor about vitamins. People brought up vitamins and how they just weren't giving their body the proper nutrients and how that was thwarting their progress. And I just want to end by saying a lot of people talk about hormones being in direct correlation to their weight loss and the scale. So sometimes some of the frustration, you can get some answers from talking to your doctor, having the blood work, taking a look at the results, and they can help you navigate your path. So I hope that one of these things, I truly hope that one of these things end up being the missing link, the missing piece that just gets you going in the right direction. We're here for a better health and a better future. If you have another idea, or if something I said sparked some idea or something that you have tried, something that's maybe worked for you, please throw it in the comments. We would love to learn and grow and be inspired from each other. Okay, that's been our video for today. I can't wait to see you on the next one.